I need to shout out Arsenal, man, because
Yeah, the manner of victory.
the man of the victory, especially the way they got beaten up by City during the week at home as well. You'd think the way they got beaten up, they might come with their heads down. They might be demoralised. They've had a midweek game whereas the opposition's had time to rest. They're going to be tired. But Villa even took the lead, and Arsenal came back. Villa regained the lead. They came back, and then they went on to win the game 4-2. That's that's mental strength. Because everyone was questioning the mentality. Do they have the mentality to go on to bounce back from these crushing defeats and draws? Do they have the mentality? That's what we was questioning. The youngest squad in the league, are they too young? Blah blah blah. That game answered it for me. Away at Villa Park, a manager that used to manage you, that he was desperate to get a win over you lot. Villa looking to bounce back from back-to-back defeats. They're looking to get back into good form so that they can start moving up the right side of the table. And you was down twice, and you still managed to win. That's mentality. So that I have to respect him. And Saka again. That goal was crazy. One tap, back. I couldn't believe it. Saka is cold. Saka again.
Boy, it's coming off the midweek loss and the man of defeat, what it meant, what the media said, or the pundit said, or the viewership, or the public. It looks like Arsenal's title charge was in the bin. It
Arsenal's
started
what?
Top four charge. Did you say top four charge? Title charge.
top four charge.
Title charge. Huh?
Yeah, I told you. I got one of them to admit.
Ah,
as
yo,
they would
you're in
say,
trouble with the group chat, you know. The
as
Arsenal
they
group
would
chat, they're gonna kill you,
as
bro.
as they would say, as the media would say, Arsenal's title charge. That's what I meant to say. The media let's call it a title charge. This is it, yeah. So it would seem like we wouldn't be mentally ready for this game. I said it last episode that this is a big mental obstacle to come over to overcome. We played Wednesday 8 o'clock. Now with the first game Saturday morning. Everybody's watching. Everyone's seeing what we're gonna do. We went 1-0 down. We came back. We came back. And if you look at the scorers, it's kind of telling who scored. People like Saka, mentally strong. He's done it all. He's done so much already, and he stepped up so many times. Scored big penalties. He stepped up. He's willing to step up. Jorginho, he's been there, done that, won everything. Zinchenko, who's been a part of championship sides, captain of his country. Those three players stepped up and obviously Martinelli scored in the end, but that's when it's game over. But all three of those players stepped up, and yeah, I watched the game again. Outside of Villa's two goals, and they had like one shot that hit the bar. I felt we dominated the game. There could have been easily been a 5-2 game, a 6-2 game, especially with Odegaard's chance. Eddie Nketiah's 1-on-1v1. I thought we played really well, and it's easy to it. It looks like a lot closer game than it needed to be. So that's what I was really worried about because the goals kind of dried up recently. We haven't been scoring free flowing. We didn't score against Everton. We scored one goal against Brentford. We scored one goal against Man City. Last game yesterday we scored four. So hopefully this is. I feel, and the manner of the way we won, I feel like it really showed something to the team within. It showed something to the public, and it showed something to Man City. And Man City really felt probably had Man City thought, rah, Arsenal's not out of it anymore. So yeah, hopefully it's a springboard to go on a run now.
Going for what?
Go on a run of games of winning games
Yeah, to do what?
to maintain to
The
maintain our
top four
position
charge, yeah.
in the top four. I just want Champions League football. I can't hear Europa League football no more. I don't care. We got a Europa League game coming up in a couple of weeks here. I don't care about that. I don't. I literally do not care. But yeah, what I will say also is that it was good to see Jorginho step up because people weren't happy with Jorginho. I thought he played a brilliant game. He's got deficiencies. He's not party, but Jorginho is overqualified to be a backup, and I think he showed it yesterday. He gelled with the team really well, and I want to give a shout out to Odegaard too. Odegaard played really well. He missed a tapping basically, but
Open
he had
goal.
he had a great game. He had a great game. Also, I thought Saliba and Ben White had a good game too.
Yeah, Watkins he was a threat, but yeah, Saliba, he met the challenge.
Outside of that goal, I don't think he was that much of a threat. It seemed that way because I watched it back. So yeah.
But yeah, Arsenal, they showed this was an important game. Like I
Yeah.
said, the manner of victory, things were going a certain way. This victory may have changed it. Some people are saying, okay, you got out of this one, but Arsenal are slipping. The performances are slipping. So is this the trend? Are Arsenal's performances going to keep slipping? We'll see. We'll have to see the next game. But either way, great victory. These are the sort of wins that bring the team together, that gives the team belief. Saka, it was a physical game. You can see that he was being targeted in a way. Players were wary of him.
He gets kicked about every game.
Every
game.
Yeah, there was some solid tackles going in on him. At one point, it looked like he was coming off injured.
Yeah.
But yeah, he soldiered through it, showed that mental toughness as well. I think that's important because if your best player is stepping up, you're seeing him getting challenged like that. He's continuing even through injury. That galvanizes the team. So yeah, I think that's good all in all for Arsenal. I think there should be some concern about conceding goals because yeah, conceding a bit too many goals now for their liking. Zinchenko, we were talking about he needs to relax a little bit because he's trying his hero ball, but you know, when the moment needed it, he stepped up and yeah, great strike, great finish. And then Jorginho, he beat those Agent Jorginho allegations. Came through. He's not an agent anymore. he's fully committed to the Arsenal cause. That's what it's looking like now. So
yeah,
shout out to him. And yeah, Man City dropped points. So yeah, it was even more important that Arsenal got this W. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think Man U, Arsenal, and Man City, they're still going to drop points. That's what it's looking like the rest of the season. We'll see how far each team makes it in Europe. That will affect things as well. Yeah, for me, I'm going to say I think it's a three horse title race. Man U are in it, Man City are in it, and Arsenal are in it.
Yeah, to me, many more twists and turns. And not everybody's gonna go on 15 games left, 15-game winning streak. No, not everyone's gonna do that. Everyone's gonna drop points. What I will say is that I can't wait for Arsenal to get back Jesus, Partey, and Emil Smith Rowe. Those three players, I feel they can still play a big part this season. And I think really, if Smith Rowe can get fit, he can be the X factor for Arsenal.
Yeah, and then Martinelli, it was important that he got his goal as well because he hadn't scored in a while. So and he's that type of player that when he gets one, he can go on the run. So
yeah,
we'll see.